Yes. Thanks, Harsha. Thank you. Yeah. Thanks, Sandeep. Thanks for acknowledging. Right. So we were discussing about this parameters, right? The normal terminologies what we have in the ARM template. So let's get much in detail. We will understand what this each and everything is going to do. Okay. This resource is nothing but the exact resource what we have in the Azure portal. Let's say I will get into the Azure portal. I will go for portal.azure.com, and let's log into the account. So this is where you can find all the services. I mean, the resource what you have. App service is a resource. Function app is a resource. Okay, SQL DB, Cosmos DB. All these things are different resource what we have. And the second parameter what we have said is resource group. So which exact resource group you're going to use for deployment. Okay. For this you can just go for resource groups here, and you need to call the resource groups when you put up a deployment. So this is the second one. And the third is resource provider. See here we have resource provider. This you need to check it on the subscription. So you need to go for subscriptions. I'll go for all services, subscriptions. Oh, one sec. Okay. So here I can go for all services and I can go for the subscriptions. So you have this subscription. Okay, you can click on this subscription and you can scroll down, you can find resource providers. Resource providers. Click on the resource provider. So this is the service. So let's consider you can go for Microsoft dot cognitive service. This is a service that supplies the resource which you can deploy and you can manage to the resource manager. So each resource provider will give you the operation for working with the resource which are deployed. And then we need something called resource manager template. So this will be on JSON. Okay, the resource manager template will be on JSON, where you're going to represent that, let's say one, or as I was speaking before, you can have even more resource which will be tagged one to one of each other, and it can define the dependencies between the deployed resource. So the template can be used to deploy the resource consistently and repeatedly. So you can put number of VMs even repeatedly over here. And then we have the syntax which I was showing you before. Okay, any questions until this? Any questions on the terminology? Yes, I could see someone has raised the hands. Okay, okay, no, fine, Ripple. Thanks. So now let's go ahead. We should speak. Why should we go for the ARM? Okay, any idea? Why should we go for the ARM template? ARM template can be used only for web app. No, Rajab, ARM template can be used for anything, even for VM deployment. You remember when we were discussing about PowerShell, I mean virtual machines, we were working with ARM templates. Okay. Easy deployment, manage the resource individually. Yes, that's right. You can manage the resource individually. Easy deployment in the sense you can put repeatable deployments for multiple times. You can also take complete control, which is based out of role based access on the resource group. You can even apply the tags over here. Okay, and you can clarify the organization with the cost what you have. Okay, so all those things you can do with help of the ARM templates. And what are the different ways where you can deploy ARM template? Any idea on that? Portal, PowerShell, Visual Studio. That's exactly right. So you have three different environments where you can run either by using Portal or the PowerShell or using Visual Studio. Okay. So now I will go with the Portal. I will show you how to create a ARM template, how to create an ARM template. Okay. And I will also show you on the PowerShell environment. Okay. And then let's go for the Visual Studio one as well. Right? So these are the three parameters where we are going to work for the deployment method. So now to go with the portal, I can just go with the Azure portal. Let's say I can create a resource here. I'll go for creating a resource. I will say I'm going to put up a storage account. Okay, storage account blobs, files, tables, and queues. And let's name the storage account here. I'll put it on resource group named as ARM resource group. And the storage account name would be CodeSizzler ARM. I'm going to use a standard one, a general purpose one. Okay. And replication mode, I will say it's going to be locally run on storage. I no need a VNet, all these things. I'll just go for tags. Okay. Let's go for next review plus create. And here you can find the validation is going on. And once when the validation gets completed, you should be able to find download a template for automation. So let's click on this. Okay. You can click on download a template for automation. And when you go for the template, see here we have the template. You can find the scripts here. So it lists out what all the parameters that you have. You can just click on individual parameters and you can find, see, I have given the schema. Okay. I have given the value of the location where it has to be deployed. I have given the value of the storage account. That's the name. SKU, which is standard underscore LRS, kind, it's a storage. Okay. I have defined all these parameters. So once after we deploy all these parameters, you can download the template. Okay. You have three options: downloading the template, or you can even add the template to the library, which can be reused in the future. Okay. You can just click on add to library and you can use it for the future deployments, or you can click on deploy to deploy it. So that's one way that we have. So now what we shall do is that probably I would say that I will click on download, okay, or I will click on deploy. Let's make sense about deployment itself. You can find something called edit parameters. So now it's going to be a basic name, right? You can change the name coming here. Okay, you can change the name coming here. You can give all these things to be different and you can say load the file. So it can save it over here, which means that you're just generating an ARM template from your from your Azure portal. Okay, and let's create a resource group here, ARM-resource group. I'll just put it over there itself, and I'll click on I agree, and I can click on purchase to get it created. So this is how you can deploy an ARM template from your Azure portal. So now the major important points is that you need to check about the JSON. Okay, you need to check about the JSON where you're going to deploy the variables. So that's one point. Okay, so you need to check this where you're going to deploy your resource. And next you need to check the entire JSON template. Okay, that is your schema, your content version, and everything. You have to check it over there. Any questions on this from the Azure portal? So you can find here, see, we can go to the resource group, you can find a storage account which is running here. Hey guys, any questions? Okay, cool. So the next template deployment is where you can go ahead using your PowerShell environment. Okay, so we shall just go to the PowerShell environment. I'll work from my lab VM. Let's go for lab VM. I will start this VM. Okay, the machine is started. Let's refresh, and I will connect to the machine now. It's taking a long time. Okay, well, so now I will go to the PowerShell. I hope you guys know that we need to install PowerShell Ise. Okay. So what you need to do is that you need to go for, I'll just give you an heads up what we did for day one, right? Just ensure that you would have done that. If not, this is not going to work for you. Okay. This demo will not work for you. So you can go for azure.microsoft.com. Wait, I will just go with the Chrome browser so that it will be more visible for you. So let's go for more and you can find resources. Let's scroll down. I will go for downloads. And from here, you need to download the PowerShell one. Okay. You need to download this PowerShell and you need to install this. So that's an important factor that we have. Yes, Harsha, you can also mount an ISO image, but recommended you can put it as a, I mean, like you need to give it on the enterprise portal, the image for licensing. Okay, Azure has to authenticate it, only then you can find it on the image. Okay, it's not like open source. You need to generate an image, you need to submit it for Microsoft Azure. They will provide the authentication, then you can get it done. Is that okay, Arsha? Yeah. So once after installing this, you can go for PowerShell. Okay. I'm just switching on towards the PowerShell environment. Sure, Arsha. I have already installed it on this machine. Probably I will just click on Windows install. See, you'll be getting this file. Okay, run this file, and you can just you will get this web platform installer. You should click on install. I have already installed it. Okay, so you can click on install. So once after you install it, once the installation is completed, again you will get landed up on this page, web platform installer. So here you need to go for the cross search box and search for cross platform. Okay, so you can find this first one, Microsoft Azure cross platform command line tools. Click on add for this, and you need to click on install to install the feature. Are you clear, Harsha? So this is the two installation which you need to do. Okay, cool. So now I will go with a demo. Okay, I will go with a demo where I'm going to deploy an Azure VM. Okay, to show the dependencies. Okay, with reusability. So I will just go for deploying a VM first from the portal, and then I will go with the PowerShell one. Okay, so this is the same like what we were doing on the module 3. Let's go for this link bit.do slash you can find infi PowerShell. Okay, download the student files which I have given here. So you can download this student file. You can just click on download and direct download. Yes, it's downloaded. Let me open this file. It's there on downloads, student files. Okay. So let's copy this entire file, whatever I have here, and I will put it on my C drive, naming it as Edureka 523. Okay. And let's paste it over here. Right. So this has been copied. Let me go for the PowerShell now, and I'm going to create VM using this. But before going for this, okay, I will just explain the template. I'm going to use this template. I will share this template with you guys. Create as your VM. Okay. So this template holds the DNS name. This holds the storage account name, location. It's asking you to provide the DNS name, all these things. Except the DNS name, let's say the storage account name, region. Okay, all these things are reusable. Once if you already have a storage account, you can just call it over here. Even for the VNet, VM. Okay, all these things. So the very basic thing what I'm going to do is I'll go to the Azure portal and I'll create a VM for this. Okay. First, I need to create a VM from the Azure portal, and using the same parameters, I will call it on the PowerShell. Let's click on switch directory and we should go for this tonight. Right. So here I am going to create a resource. The very first thing, which is going to be a VNet. Let's go for networking, virtual network. Okay. And I'll name this VNet as Edureka VNet. And address I'll give 10.0.0/16. Resource group name, it's going to be a new resource group named as Edureka M10. Okay, let's click on OK. And subnet name, it will be apps 10.0.0/24 DDoS production. Okay, let's click on create to get it created. Okay, let's go to the resource. And here I will add another subnet, okay, named as data. So let's add another subnet named as data and I will click on OK. Now I am going to create a VM inside this subnet. So let's click on create a resource. I'll click on Windows Server and let's create a VM now. So let's call this resource group what we have here. Okay, it's going to be Edureka M10. VM name will be WebVM1. Availability options, I'll put it on an availability set. Okay, I hope you guys know all these things. We have already discussed, right? Let's just click on create new and I'll name this as Edureka AV set. Okay, let's click on OK for this. And username, it's going to be demo user. Password, allow selected ports. Let's say port 3389 has to be allowed. Let's click on disk to configure the disk now. So I will say it's going to be a standard hard disk, and it has to be unmanaged disk. Okay, let's say yes. Now I have already discussed these things with you guys. Okay, this will reset your availability set over here. When you say unmanaged disk, see here it's going to reset your availability set. So you need to come back and you have to say that create a new availability set again. You just click on OK and now you can find it to create a new availability set. So that's actually a change that Microsoft has to do. Okay. So just make sense on this and let's go for networking. And in this networking, I will go for advanced and I will select a network security group. So this is the network security group and I need a inbound rule to be added. So let's go for adding an inbound rule. I would say it's going to be port 80 protocol TCP. Okay. And let's say port 80 and let's add this. So the network security group name is going to be WebVM1-NSG. Let's click on next and we will go for yes one tags, and let's create it. I will click on create to get it created. Any questions, guys? Okay. Thanks, Asha. Thanks for responding. Let's wait until this deployment gets done. Okay, let's check it on the Azure resource group whether it has been deployed or not. The modulo Sedureka EM10. Let's go for web VM1. Yes, it has been created. Okay, so I have all these things which are created. Now let's go to the PowerShell environment. Okay, we are going to work with the template which I showed you. Let's open the template. So the template is under the Sedureka 533 create Azure VM. Okay. So on this template, I need to modify all these things. The resource group, DNS name, okay, all these things. So what I need to do for this is that I have to quickly go here. I have to log in for the Azure account, login hyphen Azure Resource Manager account. So let's log in here, and let me sign in with my Azure account. Yes. So once after this gets logged in, excuse me, give me 1 second.